Dan Johnson here. The last time I talked with you, Chris, you had to have somebody fly the airplane to the show for you. That's changed now.
Yes.
What happened?
What's happened? I am the light sport pilot.
All right.
Officially, and this is something which I always dream about, and now I am doing. Now that's my first trip, a long cross country from Chicago to San Antonio.
So you flew the airplane down yourself?
By myself.
And you left some wintry conditions up there. We're in the warm sun and fun atmosphere now, but you had to deal with a little weather and make your way down here. How long was the flight, Chris?
It was 9.5 hours, but I have to cut it because of the freezing rain, and it was also a little bit of low clouds.
Yeah.
But like everything else, it's nothing easy and simple right away. You have to work for it.
Well, that's how it works, and that's how what a pilot learns is how to deal with that kind of weather. And good for you, but you got it down here, and you're going to get it back.
Yes, sir.
All right, this is the lovely little Topaz from Ekolot, I believe, is the name of the company.
Correct.
And we have seen this airplane before, Chris, but you said there's some changes to it now, and you've got one really interesting thing that we'll have to reposition and look at. So talk to me about some of the changes that you've made, just some of the high points.
I think before, as a beginning, we didn't really offer all the electronic because we kind of tried to see it and people will like to put it. Now we know what is good for this airplane and it's good for United States.
So this is a company in Poland that has made gliders, and they've been doing this how long, Chris?
Over the 67 years.
67 years. So this is a new airplane to an American eye, but
yes.
This is not a new airplane in the world.
No, it's 8 or 9 dealers around the world already offering this airplane, and they have not only the Topaz but also Junior and also the Elf. And those are, Elf is a moto glider and it's one-seater, 103, and that's what this is. And the light sport in Europe started a lot earlier, and they are in production of 17 years.
Okay,
already.
17 years they've been making an airplane much like
Junior
this.
and Topaz.
And we've shown some interior shots, and we'll show some more. It's a lovely airplane. There's no question about that. So. Okay, so you're now a pilot, you're now flying the airplane around. You told me something interesting, is back some years ago, when before the economic recession hit, people were just kind of going, oh wow, I haven't seen this airplane before. Now you say people are talking to you seriously. They're asking about prices and things like that.
Yes, this is correct. They ask about prices, they like the equipment, what is in it. I have to admit that I have to edit the radio. I have the transponder A, C, and S, which I fly with the iPad, with the ForeFlight, and that's what brought me here from Chicago.
Okay.
Safe and really nice. One more thing which I have to edit, to this airplane, which is different, is the setting for the extra fuel tanks, which is offering also.
Yeah, so fuel tanks is one of the interesting things that you've done with this. Tell me about the fuel supply on board the Topaz.
Right now we offer both settings, for people maybe a little bit stronger and younger, which they can lift 40 pounds to fill the fuel.
Which is in the wings.
In the wings.
Okay.
Or for somebody who doesn't want to really lift anything and fly, it's offering with the pump built in for the tanks behind the seats.
So let's back up here a little bit, Chris. You've got tanks in the wings. How much fuel do you have in the wings?
20 gallons.
20 gallons in the wings. What, 10 on each side?
Yes.
Okay, so 10 gallons in each wing. And then you've got also a fuselage tank, which has, I think you told me, 20 gallons there as well?
Yes. And what is this doing truly? We offering one or the other.
Basically choose. You say, I want wing tanks or I want a fuselage tank.
Yes.
And the fuselage tank, we're going to go back and have a look at that, but let me repeat what you just said to make sure everybody understands it. There's a 20-gallon tank in there, but you don't have to fill it up the conventional way you'd think about it. You've got a little hose you can pull out of the belly of the airplane. We'll go look in a minute. You can stick it down in a fuel tank, and you can flip a switch, and the fuel goes right into that tank. I think for a lot of us, I've hefted up a 5-gallon can on the top of a wing, and that's 30 pounds to lift up there and pour in. That's doing something.
It's not only doing, but sometimes you like to do also a little bit of flying, not lifting, and you don't want to strengthen yourself before flying.
Right.
This is for something which is more comfortable, and this is designed for a little bit more comfortable and maybe aging people too, not only for the young guys.
Sure. Now, I want to say something else because you're a pretty tall fellow. What is your height expressed in American way?
6'4".
6'4". Okay, so that's quite a bit taller than me. The airplane looks too small for 6'4".
Yes, but you know that's only look, because if I will find a guy who was here in the morning, he was 6'5" and 300 pounds, young guy, and he wanted to really fit in. And if I will be able to get the email from him, from his friends, to take the picture, I will prove it. They're not 6'5" by 6'4". 6'5" can
6'5"
fit it,
and
300 pounds can
Okay.
fit it, and he was showing that he can operate the plane. I closed the door, and he was really showing how he can fly.
Excellent. Well, that's some interesting stuff because it does look like a small little airplane. Very clean, but it looks too small. But obviously you fit in it. You're 6'4". That's smaller than most people, so that's good stuff. All right, we talked about the 20-gallon fuel tank, and you've got a fuel point right here. This still requires it. Oh, maybe if you had a pumping situation at an airport, you might use this, or you might. But to lift up a tank, a can of gas, and pour it in there, that's going to be a little harder. So let's see this unique system that you've got on the Topaz. Okay, so it's key entry up here so that nobody can get at it without your permission, and a key entry down here as well. Now, this is not a place we normally look for a fuel port, so go ahead and show us how that comes out. So there's a hose, and then you have to remove the end fitting. All right, so you pull off the end fitting which secured the tank by a key lock, and now you just got a tube that you stick down in the tank, flip the switch on, pump 5 gallons out, get another can, do it again until you've got 20 gallons on board.
Yes, sir.
All right, 20 gallons of gas in the back of the tank or 20 gallons in the wings, whichever you want. A lovely finished airplane, just really nicely done. The interior is beautiful as well. A lot of appeal to this airplane. This must be a very expensive airplane. What does it cost to buy an airplane?
Not truly what for the price. What you see, everything, the finish with the radio, with the full loaded is $85,000, and we can also provide some training, which will probably have 5 hours of training to take off and fly this
all
plane.
in that number.
Yes.
So $85,000 for our nicely equipped airplane with this nicely finished job here and some flight training. Folks, understand that $85,000 is just a ballpark number, and it could be years from after this video. So contact the factory to find out the exact number, but that is a very fair price for a lovely airplane. Okay, so that's a lot of good information. There's always more that people want. And where can we find you on the web, Chris?
You find this information on the Ekolot.
Talking to Chris Suba today about the Ekolot Topaz, a company that makes airplanes for a long time, and a lovely airplane it is. You can find out more about this airplane. You can find out other videos that we've seen on this airplane and many other aircraft. All that's available on BuyDanJohnson.com.